Call this regular meeting of the Coralville City Council to order. It's January 14th, 2020. Roll call.
Councilmember Foster.
Present.
Gross.
Here.
Gill. Present. Dodds.
Present.
Goodrich.
Here.
Okay, all 5 council members are present, as is the mayor, the city clerk, city administrator, city attorney, and several other staff in the audience. I would entertain a motion to approve the agenda as amended.
So moved, and the amendment is item V in the bills, and it's changing number 7 to number 5.
Okay. Moved by Gill, seconded by
Second.
Foster. Any further discussion? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Okay, the agenda is approved. Now, since it's the first the first meeting of the new year after an election, we have 2 members of the city council as well as the mayor that is, it needs to be sworn in to serve their next terms. So, Kevin, do you get the honors?
And you know you've been here too long when no one from your family comes.
Okay, we'll start with the mayor here.
Okay, should I come around?
Sure. Then you can have it in front of you in case I go too many words at a time.
There you go.
Okay, so raise your right hand. I state your name.
I, John Lundell,
Do solemnly affirm that I will support the Constitution of the United States
do solemnly affirm that I will support the Constitution of the United States
and the Constitution of the State of
and the
Iowa,
Constitution of the State of Iowa,
and that I will faithfully and impartially,
and that I will faithfully and impartially,
to the best of my ability,
to the best of my ability,
discharge the duties of the office of mayor
discharge the duties of the office of mayor
in the city of Coralville,
in the city of Coralville,
as now or hereafter required by law.
as now or hereafter required by law.
Congratulations.
Thank you. Okay.
All right, raise your right hand, please. I state your name.
I, Jill Dodds,
Do solemnly affirm that I will support the Constitution of the United States
do solemnly affirm that I will support the Constitution of the United States
and the Constitution of the State of Iowa,
and the Constitution of the State of Iowa,
and that I will faithfully and impartially,
and that I will faithfully and impartially,
to the best of my ability,
to the best of my ability,
discharge the duties of the office of City Council
discharge the duties of the office of City Council
in the city of Coralville,
in the city of Coralville,
as now or hereafter required by law.
as now or hereafter required by law.
Congratulations. You should know this by heart, right?
I can't have a basketball game, so I know where I stand.
Yeah, well, this is true. Okay. I state your name.
I, Mitch Gross,
Do solemnly affirm that I will support the Constitution of the United States
do solemnly affirm that I will support the Constitution of the United States
and the Constitution of the State of
and
Iowa,
the Constitution of the State of Iowa,
and that I will faithfully and impartially,
and that I will faithfully and impartially,
to the best of my ability,
to the best of my ability,
discharge the duties of the office of City Council
discharge the duties of the office of City Council
in the city of Coralville,
in the city of Coralville,
as now or hereafter required by law.
as now or hereafter required by law.
Congratulations.
Thanks, Ken. Appreciate it.
Terrific. And for the scouts, the councilors have 4-year terms, so they've been reelected for 4 more years. The mayor's term is 2 years, so every 2 years the mayor needs to run for reelection or so. Okay, moving on, item 5 is citizen comments. This is the time on the agenda for anybody in the audience who'd like to speak about an item that's not already on the agenda. Anyone like to speak to us tonight? Hearing none, we'll move on to item 6, the Bluffs at Brown Deer. This is the second consideration of an ordinance that will rezone the Bluffs at Brown Deer to residential planned unit development 2 district, and the parcel will be split into 2 residential lots with 1 4-story apartment building on each lot. So it's construction of 2 apartment units quite near the Brown Deer Golf Facility. Don?
Ordinance number 2020-1001, an ordinance amending the Coralville zoning ordinance, the same being ordinance number 664 as previously amended, rezoning certain property located within the corporate limits of the city of Coralville, Johnson County, Iowa, and generally known as the Bluffs at Brown Deer from R1 Single Family Residential District to RPUD2 Residential Plan Unit Development 2 District, is introduced for adoption, second consideration by Councilmember Foster, seconded by.
Second.
Seconded by Goodrich. Discussion? Roll call.
Gross.
Aye.
Gill.
Aye.
Dodds.
Aye.
Goodrich.
Aye.
Foster.
Aye.
Ordinance passes its second consideration, all ayes. Ordinance take 3 passages to go into effect, so 2 of the 3 have passed now. It'll be on the agenda next time as well. Item 7, there's actually 4 parts to item 7. They're connection fee updates. This, again, at the first meeting of each year, we adjust some charge rates for various utilities that we provide areas of Coralville. And this first one is the annual adjustment for year 2020 for the water connection fee district and sanitary sewer fees, as well as stormwater and runoff management connection fees. Don?
Resolution approving an adjustment in fees for the West Coralville Land Use Area connection fees is introduced for adoption by Councilmember Gross, seconded by.
Second.
Seconded by Gill. Discussion. Roll call.
Gill.
Aye.
Dodds.
Aye.
Goodrich.
Aye.
Foster.
Aye.
Gross.
Aye.
Resolution passes all ayes. Item B is a similar one for the Heartland Drive area.
Resolution approving an adjustment in fees for the Heartland Drive Sanitary Sewer Connection Fee District, introduced for adoption by Councilmember Gill, seconded by.
Second.
Seconded by Dodds. Discussion. Roll call.
Dodds.
Aye.
Goodrich.
Aye.
Foster.
Aye.
Gross.
Aye.
Gill.
Aye.
Resolution passes all ayes. Item C is again similar for Camp Cardinal.
Resolution approving an adjustment in fees for Camp Cardinal Boulevard Water Connection Fee District is introduced for adoption by Councilmember Dodds, seconded by.
Second.
Seconded by Gross. Discussion. Roll call.
Goodrich.
Aye.
Foster.
Aye.
Gross.
Aye.
Gill.
Aye.
Dodds.
Aye.
Passes all ayes. And finally, a similar one for the northeast area.
Resolution approving an adjustment in fees for the Northeast Area Water and Sanitary Sewer Connection Fee Districts, introduced for adoption by Councilmember Goodrich, seconded by.
Second.
Seconded by Foster. Discussion. Roll call.
Foster.
Aye.
Gross.
Aye.
Gill.
Aye.
Dodds.
Aye.
Goodrich.
Aye.
Resolution passes all ayes. Moving on to item 8, this has to do with the Redhawk subdivision. This is the developer has submitted a $585,793 payment to the city for the West Land Use connection fees. And this resolution will release any liens from these connection fees for the lots in the Redhawk subdivision. Don?
Resolution acknowledging payment in full of the West Land Use Area connection fees for various parcels in the Redhawk subdivision, Coralville, Iowa, is introduced for adoption by Councilmember Foster, seconded by.
Second.
Seconded by Gross. Discussion? And again, just for the public's sake, Redhawk subdivision is the new subdivision will be built just north of the Medical Classification Center on Coral Ridge Avenue. Kevin?
Gross.
Aye.
Gill.
Aye.
Dodds. Goodrich.
Aye.
Foster.
Aye.
Resolution passes all ayes. Item B, similar resolution for the Coral Ridge Avenue improvements.
Resolution acknowledging payment in full of Coral Ridge Avenue improvements Phase 2 special assessments for various parcels in the Redhawk subdivision, Coralville, Iowa, is introduced for adoption by Councilmember Gross, seconded by.
Second.
Seconded by Gill. Discussion? Roll call.
Gill.
Aye.
Dodds.
Aye.
Goodrich.
Aye.
Foster.
Aye.
Gross.
Aye.
Resolution passes all ayes. I now entertain a motion to approve the consent calendar as amended.
Move to approve the consent calendar items A through CC inclusive with corrections.
Second.
Okay, moved by Gill and seconded by Dodds. Any discussion? Roll call.
Dodds.
Aye.
Goodrich.
Aye.
Foster.
Aye.
Gross.
Aye.
Gill.
Aye.
Resolution is approved, all ayes. Or not the resolution, I'm sorry, consent calendar, all ayes. City Administrators Report.
Yeah, thank you, Mayor. First, I would just like to welcome the 4 members of PAC 207 that are Webelos 2s. And so Webelos 2s means that they're finishing their time in the PAC, and then hopefully will be joining the Boy Scout troop, and that happens in February at their Blue and Gold banquet. So it's very nice to have them here tonight. Just thank everyone that helped put on another successful Winterfest this last weekend. It had lots of different activities there, and it went very well. Coming up a week from Saturday is Burfest, and there are still about 200 tickets, and we anticipate those will sell in the next couple of days. So if people are interested, would encourage them to purchase their tickets. And then this week on Thursday is the community open house for the Extreme Arena and Green State Fieldhouse. And just notice that this week it is at the View in downtown Iowa City, and that's to give people in other parts of our community and area a chance to learn about that as well. That's from 4:30 to 6 Thursday evening at the View, and there will be a short program at 5:15 updating everybody about the project. So encourage people to stop out then if they have a chance.
Okay, thank you, Kelly. As usual, you covered just about everything I wanted to mention. I'll just add that next week, Monday, is Martin Luther King Day, and that's a great celebration. However, there will not be any changes in city services in terms of garbage collection or offices being closed. But there will certainly be some nice recognition events at the library and other places in Coralville, and I'll let council members report on those. So other than that, again, welcome to the Webelos, and you're welcome to come back anytime. City Attorney's Report.
I would like to echo Kelly's welcome to the Cub Scouts here. Maybe someday you'll be seated on the other side of the table. You never know, could happen.
Nothing.
Okay, thank you. Committee and council members' reports. Lori, you want to start us off?
I will. I happen to have a few things. Evan from our Performing Arts Center sent me a few quick updates, and he says, thanks to the generosity of our community, the end-of-year fundraiser raised over $22,000 for the Coralville Center for Performing Arts, and the City Circle Theater Company and Young Footlighters Youth Theater will be announcing its 2021 seasons this week, or the next week of January 27th. And we are pleased to share that the United States Air Force Band will be playing a special concert at the Center for Performing Arts on Thursday, April 22nd or 23rd. So look forward to that. Also, this Friday night is a great event for all city staff and volunteers. It's an appreciation event, free movie at the CCPA, and there'll be refreshments. It starts at 6 p.m. I just wanted to mention, when you said the library, they have new children's area at the library, new furniture and toys, and a great place to go for parents and grandparents during this cold weather. Thanks.
Okay, terrific. Thank you, Lori. Jill?
Thank you, Mayor. I just wanted to tell the troop that Troop 207 has been very active in our city of Coralville, so I'm excited to see you guys coming up on that. We've had a lot of help with gathering food for the food pantry. We've had a lot of Eagle Scouts doing projects, so I hope that you will join up with the Boy Scouts and keep your journey on the way. Thank you.
Thank you, Jill. Tom?
I have nothing. I just welcome the Cub Scouts, Boy Scouts that are coming up. When I was in Troop 207, I was just joining Boy Scouts, and Troop 207 had a paper drive. Those days they had paper drives, the early 50s. And what is now the school, the old school on 5th Street, that's where we stored our papers. We had the papers all the way to the ceiling. And thinking back, it was quite a fire trap, but but it was exciting to collect all the newspapers. We sold newspapers.
That's cool.
I have nothing.
Was that like the early days of recycling then, or?
Yeah, I suppose it was. We made money off of it. so.
That's good. Thank you, Tom. Mitch?
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. And I guess, regarding King Day, when I think about, as I just got sworn in for my 4th term, thinking back on things I'm really proud about, I think one of them would be 4 or 5 years ago at the library board meeting when I, as a liaison, asked the library to come up with a plan to commemorate Dr. King. And I think what Laura Crossett and the library staff have come up with has just been a really tremendous event. So I encourage and invite all citizens to come at 5 o'clock on January 20th, as a lot of folks in the community will be reciting lines from Dr. King's I Have a Dream speech. And in addition, on the 20th from 2 o'clock to 4 o'clock, this is a new event that will be commemorating Dr. King here in Coralville, is the showing of the documentary King in the Wilderness. And I'm going to go all history teacher here. It's a really award-winning film that focuses on the last 2 years of King's life. It's kind of the part that people aren't as aware of. And little factoid, being a native Grinnellian, one of Dr. King's last stops was at Grinnell College, where his daughter was actually a student in the spring of 1968. So it really focuses on that part of his career. So I really want to encourage folks to attend that. And then, I really would like to have the discussion, or at least just what the process is on. I'd rather have our city have MLK Day as a day of vacation rather than Columbus Day. I would just be curious because isn't Columbus Day, we're not closed for that?
We're close for
President's Day.
That's what, sorry, President's Day. Thank you. Columbus Day is my birthday, so we have to be open for that. But I have MLK Day off instead of President's Day, so I'd like to just see what the process would be and if there's support to do that. Or add MLK Day instead, in addition to President's Day.
When is that theater
2 o'clock to 4 o'clock.
at?
CCPA.
Thank you.
Coralville Center for Performing
Okay.
Arts,
Thanks.
right next door.
That it, Mitch?
That's it. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right. Well, I just want to say also, welcome to the Scouts. I absolutely love it when kids come to our meetings. I think it's really important for young people to, early on have an understanding about how your government works at all levels. And, you get some instruction on how your government works, at the federal level in school, but there's not much of an opportunity to talk about the local stuff, which is, I think, really, really important. It's because it's the stuff that impacts you every single day. So welcome. Really glad that you're here. Mitch brought up the reading at the Coralville Library for Dr. King Day at 5 o'clock. And I want to reiterate that is a really fantastic event. If you've never been, I highly encourage you to come. It's very reflective, and it's really quite the experience to hear those words on the day that we are actually commemorating Dr. King's life and legacy. We have some great events happening in Coralville. There are some other events happening in the community as well. There is a really big, fantastic celebration that happens in Iowa City at Mercer Park at their rec center there. There are activities throughout the day. 9 a.m., the Black Voices Project will be hosting a unity walk and a rally to commemorate Dr. King's life and legacy. We'll start at the United Action for Youth, and we'll walk over to Mercer from there, and then have those activities. And it's really great. There's a lot of music, a lot of, just lots of fun. Our family goes every year, and we really enjoy it. And then just finally, I just wanted to say congratulations to everyone, my colleagues who have been sworn in. I say this all the time, but I feel so fortunate to be able to work with such a great group of folks. And that is all I have. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Megan. I concur. We got a great team. Okay, item 14, I'd consider a motion to adjourn an executive session to discuss the purchase of sale of particular real estate only where premature disclosure would be reasonably expected to increase the price the governmental body would have to pay for that property or reduce the price that the government body would receive for that property pursuant to section 21.5J of the Code of Iowa.
So moved.
Moved by Gill, seconded by
Second.
by Goodrich. Roll call.
Foster.
Aye.
Gross.
Aye.
Gill.
Aye.
Dodds.
Aye.
Goodrich.
Aye.
Okay, we'll go into executive session, which means we'll go back and talk amongst ourselves about either purchasing or selling some pieces of property in Coralville. And then we'll come back out in a few minutes and close the meeting. So you're welcome to stay, but you've seen the most exciting part, so. Thank you.